China is for China. China is not for Africa. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 man. Welcome to FKU Africa Podcast. This is your host here, Maneza F8, coming to you live in Worcester in the Western Cape, man. In South Africa, this is where I'm at, man. I hope you did enjoy the last episode. That was the top richest cities in Africa, where we have South Africa in number one, city of Johannesburg. Yeah, man. I hope you do uh, get a chance to check me out on all the social platforms, on Twitter, Instagram, on WhatsApp. I got my number there on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, go to Puti Kabela Maneza. That's where you find me. If you're not finding me, it's okay, man. Check me out. The link in the description. There is a link to Facebook. That's where you'll get me, man. If you have not yet subscribed to the podcast, don't forget to subscribe, man. I do appreciate all those people who keep on subscribing, man. It means a lot to me. It means a whole lot, really, really, really. Click that like whenever you are watching. It's important for that like for the algorithms. Also, leave the comment if you can. If you cannot, it's still fine as long as you did click that like, as long as you did subscribe. That's all that matters at this moment, man. Getting into the list of the black billionaires we have in Africa. I'm very much passionate about Africa, man. I'm very much passionate about promoting all the positivities that are happening throughout Africa, all the good things that are happening in Africa, man. It's just up to us to make sure that we bring them to light for you, because I believe that for us to strive, for us to compete to the first world countries, is for us it's up to us as youth and everyone that's got certain platforms to apply to uplift and highlight these things that are happening throughout Africa. It can be a good music that is coming out of Africa, the list of billionaires as I'm coming with those, the history of certain emperors, the history of certain kingdoms, certain tribes, certain cultures that are good for us as Africans, the learning of languages, the teaching of certain languages that are important for Africans, educating Africans about agriculture, educating Africans about how to manage money, how to manage your personal feelings, how to manage your emotions, how to manage relationships. These are the things that we need to strive for, not the gossip, not the blogs that are highlighting all the wrong things that are happening in Africa. We can never strive with those, man. We need to make sure that we highlight all the hassles that are happening throughout Africa. For that to happen, it's up to us as the people who are in forefront of the communications, you know. Before I get to the list of the black billionaires, the list of the black billionaires in Africa. There's only a couple of them. They are not more than 10. So it's going to be a quick episode. In a way, I want to give back to those brothers, and it's only the brothers at this point who are billionaires in Africa. Even the whole list, including the whites, including the people from Egypt, Morocco. I'm not sure if they are whites or uh, Arabic, but whites. So I didn't include them because they are not black, according to me. They are not black, but still they are Africans. So that the case in that sense is gonna be, if I include the people who are looking white from Egypt and also Morocco, Algeria, I have to include the white people. They are actually white who are in South Africa because they look the same. They are both white people. You can say that they are Arabs and whatever, but these are Afrikaners who are in South Africa. Those are not black people, they are white people. So I took people who are black people who are billionaires here in Africa. So before I get to that, man, I just want to say that I'm with the brothers and sisters in Kenya. I understand that there's a lot of turmoil that is happening there. The situation is dying down a little bit now because after the the elections that were taking place sometime last week, they announced the results that the president elect that has won now, which is William Ratu, uh, who's now actually a president elect, who's going to be inaugurated to a presidency, won by a very close percentages to the one that lost, that was in the party that was in power. So during that, the one that lost they didn't agree that the elections were fair and all. They said the elections were rigged, but they were in power. So if someone that have a power to rig the election, it was them. So they lost. So they caused a havoc. People also in the street started to fight, burning things, chaos when broke through. People got injured, some died. So we want to send healing and powers of Almighty and the spirit of Africa to those brothers and sisters. We want them to heal and make sure that they stop fighting, man. To these politicians, they are so selfish. They are so selfish in a way that they don't even think about the people, man. They must think about the people and how is it going to affect them, to affect even those people who are staying in the rural areas, the people who are staying in the grounds, man. So I'm sending healing there. I'm also going to talk a little bit about Uganda. Uganda had the smoothest elections. There were elections in this week. So far, so good. They are still counting. Hopefully, the results will come in today or next week, Monday. Or so, so I'm hoping that there won't be some sort of fights that will happen in there. I'm hoping that the elections will go smooth, and people who are in those places and people who are in positions where they can cause this harm to people, I hope they will not. I hope they will be adult about it and make sure that um, it is a smooth transition. If they lost, they must accept that they lost and try again next time. Even if they lost, they still gonna get money because they will be in parliament. So I don't know this creed about being a president and all these things, man. So yeah, man. Let's get back to the topic. We're starting off to number six because we have up to number six. From the list of these black billionaires. We're talking billionaires, people who's got 1.5 or 2 billion, going to as much as possible. So at number six, we got Strive Masiawa. Strive Masiawa is what worth 1.2 billion according to Wikipedia. But according to Forbes, it was 2.7 billion. So I'm not really sure which one is which, but I did have multiple sources where I checked, but these are more likely those ones that I could trust. I think I can really trust them, but I can trust. If you be going according to Wikipedia, is 1.2 billion. If you're going according to Forbes, it's 2.7 billions. According to the list in the in whole Africa is ranking number 16. but according to blacks only, the one that I did myself, according to how I think who is black, is in number 6. He's making his money out of telecommunications. As I said, he's from Zimbabwe. He's now age 60. He's staying in London currently. You know the situation in Zimbabwe, man. So he's staying now out of London. So in number 5, we have Muhammad uh, D- Dewji, Mohammed Dewji from Tanzania. Is worth 1.6 billion. According to Wikipedia. According to Forbes, is worth 1.5 billion. So it's almost the same. In African at large, he is number 13, but in my list is number 5. He's making his money out of he's got the number of things that he's working through, diversified industries that he is working into. His only age 46. He stays in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, the capital town of Tanzania. Driving through, man, going to number 4. In number 4, we have our own South African, Patrice Motsepe, with reported 3 billion according to Wikipedia. And we have 3.1 according to Forbes, 3.1 billion. So it's almost the same, unlike with Strive. According to the whole overview of Africa is in number 9, but according to my list is in number 4. So he makes his money out of mining, steel, and other minerals. His age 57. Petros Motsepe is also a president of CAF, African Football Federation. Obviously, he stays in Johannesburg here in South Africa. Moving right along to number 3, we have Abdul Samad Rabiu. Rabiu, yeah. Rabiu is worth 5.5 billion. Trillion 5.5 billion, man, according to Wikipedia. So according to Forbes, he worth 7 billion. So there's quite distance in there. You can go on and also check that for yourself if you have time. So he's making his money with cement and sugar and also other industries that is working. He's age 61, stays out of Lagos, Nigeria. He's a Nigerian dude. And number 2, we have Mike Adenagu. Mike Adenagu. Mike Adenagu is, according to Wikipedia, his net worth is 6.3 billion. According to Forbes, 6.7 billion. Is ranked number 5, according to the Africa at large. According to my list, with blacks only, I'm speaking blacks only, he's in number 2. He's making his money also in telecommunications and oil. He's age 68, from also Lagos, Nigeria. Nigeria is killing it. They are killing with cement and sugar there. That's great. Telecommunications and oil. That is how he makes his money. Mike Adenuga. Yes, Adenuga. We came to number 1. We came to number 1. So before uh, go to number 1, make sure you do subscribe to the podcast. It is very much important. If you have not yet subscribe, hit that like button. Check the podcast also on Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, or Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and whichever or wherever you get your podcast at, you will get this podcast, FKU Africa Podcast. Also, you can support this podcast by checking the list of links in the description. If you are into music, there's a link there for DistroKids. DistroKids, use the links in the description to get a 200 free to start your you putting in your music. You get that, no, you get 7% discount on your registration, and actually paying for your monthly subscription. It's actually a yearly, not a monthly. And also you can check other ways you can support. They are in the description. The link, it is written support. You can, there's three ways you can support the podcast. You can also go to manezafa.co.za and go to shop and shop the music, and also you can donate to the podcast. So let's get back to number one. In number one, we have Aliko Dangote. Aliko Dangote. He, according to uh, the Wikipedia, he is worth 14 billion. Wow, he's killing it. This one he's actually in number one in the whole Africa. There is no dude that is richer than this one in Africa. Males and female, white and black, Arabic and whatever. This guy is killing it. He's in number one. His net worth is 14 billion. According to Forbes, is 13.9. He's making his money. He's a self-made billionaire, making his money with cement and sugar. He's in manufacturing industry. He's age 64. He lives in Lagos. Also, Nigerian. They're killing it, is Nigerian. The top three is only Nigerian. Then we have South African. We have Tanzanian and Zimbabwean. Where's other countries, man? As I said to the previous episode, that you can never really trust these Forbes and these guys, because there are people in Africa who are making money in their own way. They have got their own ways of making money, so you cannot really say that those are the only billionaires. You can say these are the only recorded billionaires, because man, there are other billionaires who are walking around that we don't know about. There are millionaires who are walking around us that we don't know about. They are making their money in other ways. They are making their money in other ways of making money. Some politicians, they are millionaires and they are billionaires, but they are hiding their money in the offshores account, and also they are hiding their money in other ways by putting the other names. Give that one 2 million, give that one 3 million, give that one 100, whatsoever. So we have that thing that is actually happening, where we have more money than we think we do. But yeah, man, it is what it is. So yeah, man, check out this stuff, man. As I said in the last episode, that me and my brother Mels, we're gonna come out with another podcast that is going to be more of hip hop music. Not only hip hop though, but it's gonna be based mainly in hip hop music, where we're gonna be having to interview guys that we know and guys that we don't know who are doing hip hop music. So that one, man, I'm very excited about. So as soon as we link up and have all the things that we want to have in order, is gonna start to take place probably in the beginning of next month or in the end of next month, the month of September. So I'm looking forward to that, man. Just putting it out there makes it more possible to happen. We had the name, but we realized that the name is taken. We're gonna name it. Let's talk about it. So just give us a name if you are listening or watching that, and you think that you have a certain name that will make it a little bit more nice. And the concept of the podcast. It's a conversations. We agreed that we're gonna have one or two guests, and probably guests that had some sort of animosities, and then we talk about the. Sorry, we talk about those, and make sure that we do address whatever that had happened. It's just a nice time, and no bad bloods, no fighting, no whatever. It's just us giving back to the people. As you know, me, I'm a hip hop head before an artist. I am a hip hop artist. My brother Miles is also a hip hop head. He's never an artist, but he's a head. So before an artist, I'm ahead. I'm a fan of the music, man. I'm a fan of hip hop. First, I listened to hip hop a lot. I listened to hip hop a lot even when I was growing up. So if we deal about Cape Town hip hop, that's my strong point. I know quite a lot about it. I don't know the new guys though, but we will find out. So thank you very much for watching Fikiria kwa Undani Nduku Tamaku. We out.